5,000 soldiers, dozens of fighter jets, one giant warship. All of them just arrived near Iran. This happened on January 26, 2026. The ship is called the USS Abraham Lincoln. It's longer than 3 football fields. It runs on nuclear power and never stops for fuel. And this wasn't a routine deployment. This was a warning, a loud one. It didn't come alone. 3 more warships came with it. Together, they carry over 168 missiles. So why did America send all this power to one place? Because something terrible is happening inside Iran, and the whole world is now watching. This carrier isn't a gun. It's a loaded question floating offshore, and Iran doesn't have a good answer. Not yet. Maybe not ever. The waters of the Indian Ocean were calm that morning. But on January 26, 2026, something massive appeared on the horizon. It was the USS Abraham Lincoln. And it's not just a ship. It's a floating military base. This thing stretches 1,092 feet long, longer than 3 football fields. It weighs more than 100,000 tons, like 50,000 cars put together. And over 5,000 people live and work inside it. What makes it different from any other ship? It runs on nuclear power. It never needs to stop for fuel, not for 20 years. It can stay near Iran for as long as it wants. And it costs $13 billion to build. That's more than the entire annual military budget of some countries. One ship, one statement. Now the important part. This is the first American carrier in the Middle East for months. America had sent its other carriers somewhere else. But now, they brought this one back, and they placed it right next to Iran. That's not normal. That's a signal. And signals like this don't come without reason. The Abraham Lincoln didn't sail alone. 3 warships traveled beside it. Their names: USS Peters Jr., USS Spruance, and USS Michael Murphy. These are guided missile destroyers, and together they carry 168 Tomahawk cruise missiles. What makes these missiles terrifying? Each one can travel over 1,000 miles. It flies low, close to the ground, so radar can't see it. And it hits its target within 10 meters of where it's supposed to land. That's not a guess. That's pinpoint accuracy. That's a weapon designed to end threats before they begin. Now do the math. 168 missiles, all aimed and ready. Each one carries 1,000 pounds of explosives. They don't launch one at a time. They launch together, from different directions. And even the best defense systems struggle to stop them all. When they hit, they don't just damage, they destroy completely. Iran knows this. Because in June 2025, after hostage escalations pushed tensions to the edge, America showed what Tomahawks can do. They hit 3 nuclear sites in one night, and Iran couldn't stop a single one. So now, those same missiles sit in the water nearby, waiting, silent, ready. The risk is clear. The missiles aren't the scariest part. The fighter jets on the Abraham Lincoln are, and what they can do is something else entirely. The Abraham Lincoln carries something even more dangerous than missiles. It carries dozens of fighter jets, and some of them are almost invisible. The most advanced one is called the F-35C Lightning II. This jet costs $145 million, just for one. Military analysts believe it's worth every dollar. Radar systems can barely detect it. It sees enemy planes from hundreds of miles away, but enemies can't see it until it's too late. By the time they realize it's there, the mission is already done. The target is already gone. The carrier also has F/A-18 Super Hornets. Each one can carry 17,750 pounds of bombs and missiles. And the U.S. Air Force sent F-15E Strike Eagles too. These jets carry even more. 24,500 pounds of weapons. In total, over 50 combat aircraft are now in the region, all of them ready to fly, all of them deadly. What matters most for Iran? They have Russian S-300 defense systems. They have radar. They have anti-aircraft weapons. But the F-35 was built to beat all of that. No country has ever shot down an F-35 in real combat. Never. Not once. Zero. So if something happens, these jets go in first. And most defense experts believe Iran may not even see them coming. By the time alarms sound, it's already too late. Let that sink in for a moment. To understand why America sent the carrier, we need to look inside Iran. In late December 2025, something broke. The economy collapsed. food prices went through the roof. The Iranian currency lost most of its value, and ordinary people couldn't survive anymore. While governments threaten each other, ordinary families inside Iran are just trying to survive the night. Parents wondering how to feed their children. Young people wondering if they have a future. So they did something dangerous. They went out into the streets. They protested, and the government responded with deadly force. The official number from Iran? 3,117 deaths. But human rights groups found something different. They counted over 6,126 deaths. That includes 86 children. And leaked reports from inside Iran suggest the real number is worse. 30,000 people, gone in just 1 month. Erased, silenced. Iran shut down the internet, and for over 4 weeks. No videos, no news, no proof getting out. They wanted the world to stay blind. But the truth leaked anyway. Medical workers said people were shot while running away. Some were hurt in hospitals, and then hurt again by security forces. On the same day the Abraham Lincoln arrived, Iran made a move, not a military move, a message. In the center of Tehran, they put up a giant mural. It showed an American aircraft carrier, and above it, dozens of missiles raining down. Below the image, a message in Farsi. It said, "The regional assets are monitored by our capabilities." They wanted their people to see strength. They wanted the world to see defiance. But that mural tells a different story. If Iran were truly confident, they wouldn't need a picture. They would stay calm. Instead, they raised their military alert level. They told their allies in Iraq, Lebanon, and Yemen to get ready. Most analysts see that as fear disguised as strength, loud words hiding quiet panic. And Iran faces an impossible choice. If they do nothing, their people think they're weak. If they attack, America hits back 10 times harder. So they're stuck. All they can do is talk loud and hope America backs off. But America didn't back off. The carrier stayed exactly where it was. Reporters asked President Trump a simple question. Why did you send the carrier? His answer was short, but powerful. He said, "The vessels are positioned for contingencies." Then he added, "Perhaps we won't need to utilize these capabilities." Let's break that down. Contingencies means just in case. It means we're ready. And if something happens, we will respond. That's not a promise of peace. That's a warning. And warnings from America carry weight. Trump also said something else. If Iran executes the protesters, they arrested. His response will be huge. He said it will make the June 2025 attacks look like peanuts. And that's not an empty threat. In June 2025, American jets and missiles destroyed 3 nuclear sites in one night. Iran said they would fight back hard, but their response was weak. Just a few missiles at a base in Qatar. So Trump learned something important. Iran talks tough, but doesn't follow through, and now he's using that knowledge. He's pushing harder than ever. This strategy has a name: maximum pressure. Show your power, make the threat clear, and force the other side to back down. Because once you threaten publicly, backing down becomes harder than attacking. What if Iran doesn't back down? Then Trump has to act, or look weak. And he's already preparing for that scenario, because he didn't just send attack weapons. He also sent defense systems. Take a breath, because this is where it gets heavier. The Abraham Lincoln brought weapons to attack, but America also brought something else: weapons to defend. They moved Patriot missile systems to the region. They also sent THAAD systems. These are not for attacking Iran. These are for stopping Iranian missiles. And that tells us something important. America knows if they strike first, Iran will hit back. So they're getting ready for that moment. Think of it like wearing armor before a fight. You're not planning to get hit, but if you do, you're protected. That's what these systems do. They watch the sky, they track incoming missiles, and they shoot them down before they land. The concern is real. Iran has over 100 missiles that can reach American bases, and no defense system is perfect. If Iran launches dozens of missiles at once, some will get through. That means American soldiers could die. Even if America wins the fight, there will be a cost. And that's why this situation is so dangerous. Once the first missile flies, people on both sides will get hurt. There's no clean version of this. There's no painless outcome. War never works that way. Now, something surprising. America's closest friends in the region, Saudi Arabia and the UAE, are not cheering. In fact, they're worried. You would think America's friends in the region would be happy. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Kuwait. They don't like Iran either, but they're not celebrating this carrier. They're worried. Behind closed doors, they're asking Trump to slow down. They want diplomacy, not war. And the reason is simple. If America and Iran start fighting, they're stuck in the middle. Imagine two neighbors get into a big fight. You live right between them. And when things get violent, your house gets damaged too. That's exactly what the Gulf countries are facing. Iran has missiles that can hit their oil fields, their cities, their airports, and the Strait of Hormuz, where 25% of the world's oil passes through, could get blocked. If that happens, gas prices everywhere go crazy, economies crash, people suffer, global markets feel the shockwave within hours. Nobody escapes untouched, so these countries are begging for peace. But they need America for protection. They can't tell Trump what to do, so they're stuck, hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. Now let's talk about the worst. If America does attack Iran, what would that actually look like? Military planners have already mapped it out. If America attacks Iran, it won't be slow. It won't be simple. It will be fast, coordinated, and overwhelming. Phase 1. America launches cyber attacks. Iranian radar goes blind. Their communication systems stop working. They can't see what's coming. Total darkness. Phase 2. Stealth jets fly in. The F-35s enter Iranian airspace. Iran's defense systems can't detect them. Silent, invisible. Phase 3. The missiles launch. Hundreds of Tomahawks hit at the same time. Command centers destroyed. Missile bases gone. Nuclear sites targeted. Phase 4. More jets follow. Super Hornets and F-15S finish the job. Any remaining defenses get wiped out. All of this in less than 1 day. The first 24 hours wouldn't decide the war. They would decide how many people die before anyone can stop it. Airstrikes can break Iran's military, but they can't remove the government. Leaders will hide underground. Soldiers will scatter and wait. And when the bombs stop, they'll come back out. So the war doesn't end. It just changes. It becomes something uglier, and Iran won't sit quietly. They have their own ways to fight back. Not with jets or carriers, but with something else. Iran knows the truth. They cannot beat the US Navy in a straight fight. Their ships are older. Their jets are weaker. Their technology is decades behind. But Iran doesn't plan to fight fair. They use a different strategy called asymmetric warfare, and it's designed to make America pay a heavy price. A price measured in blood. Iran has ballistic missiles, hundreds of them. Some can travel 2,000 kilometers. They have cruise missiles, over 100 ready to launch. They have anti-ship missiles, built to sink warships in the Persian Gulf. Iran has allies across the region, Hezbollah in Lebanon, militia groups in Iraq, Houthi fighters in Yemen. If war starts, all of them activate. American bases across the Middle East become targets. Soldiers become vulnerable. And then there's the Strait of Hormuz. 25% of the world's oil passes through there. If Iran blocks it, the global economy shakes. Iran's real game is this. They don't need to win. They just need to make the cost so high that America thinks twice. And in June 2025, they showed they're willing to hit back. They launched missiles at a US base in Qatar. It was a warning. So will this turn into war, or will both sides step back? Thousands of American soldiers just arrived near Iran. They came on the USS Abraham Lincoln, one of the most powerful ships on Earth. They brought dozens of fighter jets, 168 cruise missiles, and technology that Iran cannot match. This is not a normal military move. This is a message. America is telling Iran, the world is watching what you do to your people. Change your behavior or face the consequences. America doesn't want war. They want Iran to back down without a fight. That's why Trump said the carrier is there for contingencies. But everyone understands what that means. If Iran keeps killing protesters, if they execute the people they arrested, if they cross the line, then those jets will fly, those missiles will launch, and Iran's military could be crippled in hours. But even then, the government won't fall. Leaders will hide, soldiers will scatter, and when the dust settles, they'll return. So this moment is about choice. Iran must decide, change now, or face fire later. The Abraham Lincoln sits offshore, watching, waiting, patient. And once power is this close to the trigger, who blinks first? So now you know the full story. 5,000 soldiers, dozens of fighter jets, 168 missiles, all positioned right next to Iran. This is America saying, we see you, we're not leaving, and we're ready for whatever comes next. And Iran, no matter what murals they paint, knows the weight of that gaze. They feel it every second. The carrier holds its position. The world holds its breath. Will Iran change? Or will the missiles fly? Comment below. What do you think happens next? And subscribe, because this story is far from over.